And we figured out that going live together on YouTube is not an easy thing when you want to be two people.
So many,
Yeah.
so many things to line up.
So many things, and the technology becomes the most interesting part of it all, right?
Yeah.
But hey, we're here, and we're going live, and hopefully somebody's still here with us, because I saw there was a few people joining on when I was trying the other link, so we'll see.
Yeah.
How you doing, Roy?
Good. Yeah, it's been another interesting week, really, isn't it? But a lot's been going on, and
Yeah.
I feel really surrendered this week. And
Yeah.
last time we spoke, I was talking about trust. That was like my huge thing, and that's just
Yeah.
ballooned, really.
Wow.
How have you been?
Yeah, it's been a really interesting week. I was, as we were deciding, we're gonna pre-talk, for our next Sunday event, where we're gonna talk about the fall eclipse and the solar equinox and the solar eclipse. I mixed those two things
Yeah.
together. I started really deeply kind of tuning into, what's going on around me in the energies and so on, and I just it's kind of like it's like you said, it's a surrendering, but it's also like the yesterday evening I had this deep feeling of wanting to go so deep into every single moment. Like as I'm petting my dog, I just want to like just fully be there with him and appreciate every single strand of his fur, and appreciate the way he looks at me and the way he's, happy and content, and just it's so hard to describe, but just to like fully embrace every single minute.
I love that, actually, and you've reminded me that that message has been coming up a lot recently. Just the fact
Okay.
that time is short, and we can sometimes. Well, I know for me, I'm not going to say everyone, but I kind of rush through life and
Hmm.
blinkers on and
Yeah.
don't see things. So yeah, that is a really powerful message.
Yeah. And I think it's like, you go to bed at night and you're like, wait a minute, like that happened. I should have been there more. Like I should have actually sort of communicated better how I felt in that situation, or I should have stayed a little longer, or I shouldn't have rushed through my breakfast, or like all those things, they pop into me. So I feel it's kind of like, how when we spoke a couple weeks ago about the energy from the Lions portal, and how it was
Yeah,
like very rushy and anxious, and like it wanted to just put it all in there, so to speak, like it was coming so quickly. And now lately I feel like it's much more of like a slowing down. um and then I thought to myself, aha, of course, because the fall equinox, it's like, the trees are like pulling their power back into their center, right?
yeah,
It's like it's releasing and letting go of everything, which is what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, right? Letting go of all the things that we don't no longer need, like our belief systems, our emotions, our trauma, our underlying, wounding. And so the trees are just releasing that, and then just kind of slowly pulling back into center, fully trusting that the earth is going to hold them through the winter. And so I feel like this is a very much of an integration period.
wow. It's kind of like living exactly how we're living with nature, like very connected with nature, and
Yeah.
it's that season where we pull back ourselves and yeah, just be at peace and
Hmm.
yeah, just feel safe and protected by Earth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've tuned
Yeah,
into, and it felt so powerful, and it felt trusting, and and then I thought, okay, so with the energy, so we have two events coming back to back, right? We have the solar event happening on Sunday, and then we have the eclipse coming right after. So it's kind of like you can't see the sun for a little while, the thing that's nourishing you, right? It goes dark, and then you move into the space of like fully accepting that you're slowly moving into a winter state, right? A colder, a more slower state. And so those two coming so close together this year, I feel hold very potent symbolism.
And when I was doing some research about things this weekend, and there's also this meteor shower, the Chi Cygnid,
Yeah.
which all of these events happening in 1 week, it is just mind blowing, isn't it? It's
Right.
all
Right.
of these, and they're all kind of cleansing, new beginnings.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just super powerful.
Like, no wonder we're going a little cuckoo, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can actually, I don't know about you, but in my family, I can actually feel like the energy shifting so quickly. Like, my husband and I will look at each other and we're like, okay, something just shifted, and then
Yeah,
we start to see it like uh affect all the family members, affect like the dog and the cat, and we were just like, okay, that was interesting. And sometimes it makes us very tired. Like yesterday, we are very tired. Like I had to go lay down and I was reading a book, and then I had a little nap. So I feel like there's still a lot of the resting energy, like that kind of bringing it home, and fully just being there for allowing the energies to push through our bodies.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely feel that at the moment as well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's just that we are recharging, aren't we? We're in that recharging period. So,
Hmm.
but how amazing to be aware of this. I've never been aware of this. I've never lived a season like this before. So,
No. Well, and that's funny because just acknowledging that fact,
yeah,
but also on the back end of the story, it's like there has never been a season like this before in our
no,
entire lifetime. So if you're gonna live through one, this is a good one to choose.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Let's start off slowly and then build ourselves up for the crazy ones.
Yeah, yeah. No, this season is incredible, and the way that all of the planets are aligned, the way that I hear so many people, very people that I really have a lot of faith in and I've been following for years, talking about how this is just such a powerful season, and how this is it's like we're entering, somebody was talking about how we're entering into the third gestation period, like as if we were pregnant, and then that release will come in the winter equinox, when winter solstice, when we will give birth to a whole new version of ourselves.
Wow.
And so if you think about the last trimester, which we would then be in, and speaking from a place of being in the last trimester at least 3 times in this lifetime, right, with my children, the last trimester is that everything is kind of built. There is a baby inside of you. It's kicking and it's pushing and it's doing all these things, and you can sort of kind of that it's coming very soon, right? You're just getting bigger and bigger, but you know that you built like your body built all the foundation for that little baby to be already. Like all the cells are there, they're working on the lungs towards the end and all that stuff, right? And and towards the end, all you can feel is like, okay, let's get this, let's get this going, right? And that's where we are now in our spiritual journey. Like we built all the foundation for our stuff. We're just kind of ready to give birth to this. It just has to build a little bigger, right? It has to be a little bit bigger spiritual baby, and then we're ready to like give birth to that baby.
I really love that because I struggle sometimes with concepts to have that like analogy. That's such a powerful
Yeah,
thing. So
yeah,
yeah, I love that.
yeah.
And it really feels like that as well. It feels like we've been doing so much work that's
Mm-hmm.
now suddenly started to bloom. So yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
incredible.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that in the beginning the work feels unconnected, right? As if we're not really sure what we're doing. Like, why am
Yeah.
I why am I clearing this shadow, and why is this happening, and why am I so grumpy today? And then the picture starts to come together, and you're like, oh, I'm actually building something. Like I'm making something here. And so that's I think the beautiful kind of last journey that we have throughout the fall now is we realize we made something, and now we just have to nurture it so that it grows bigger, and then we can finally, allow it to become a whole new version of ourselves.
Yeah, and I'm so excited about that. Because I've been on this journey a few years now, and last year was a real huge year that I saw massive growth. And I remember being at the end of the year thinking, wow, look at all these things that I've learned and all these
Mm.
waves that I've been through. And this year, I believe, is just going to be huge.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really excited for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think that what we're going to see next weekend is we're going to see ourselves step into like another leg of that journey. Another beautiful kind of integration leg, completion of the journey type of leg, where you feel like you kind of packed and you're ready to go. You're just
Yeah,
changing the last little things around, and you're just um, there's excitement too. I know we talked about that last time. There's like excitement because it's almost as if we've been waiting for this on a subconscious level for such a long
yeah,
time. And it has always felt as if it was further down in the future, at least for me. Like it's coming, it's
without
coming.
doubt. Yeah,
But now, what that we're right here in the middle of it, it feels so. It's interesting because on one hand, I feel like it feels very natural, like as if we know, and on
yeah.
the other hand, there's a lot of excitement.
Yeah, excitement is huge, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, yeah,
Just yeah, the unknown, and I felt for a long time that I'm close to some big changes. So, and it really feels like it's developing for everyone now as a collective. So
yeah, yeah. I know, and I also think that it's like it's affecting more and more people, right? Because
yeah.
it's so strong. There's so much like, and what reminded also of there's was it an asteroid that NASA found that's coming through us at a crazy speed. It's called Atlas something.
Oh
And
right, I haven't seen that one.
yeah, and I think it's coming at like an exact angle right next to our, far away from us, but and what that does is it brings in a lot of ancient cosmic knowledge, right, when it's passing Earth that closely. And what's interesting is it's the closest to the Earth the day before the winter solstice, I believe.
Oh wow.
So
Well,
that can't be a coincidence either, right? Just as we're giving birth to a new self, there's an asteroid that's coming flying by with all kinds of new wondering, amazing information.
yeah, and that huge mass going through space is obviously causing ripples of vibration, which I love.
Right.
Uh, so yeah, all of that together
Yeah.
is
Yeah. And
wow.
it's affecting everything around it, right? It's like, here I come with all this information for you to feel into, to be
Yeah,
with, right? Because again, I think this is kind of bringing it back, many, many steps, but sometimes it's important to do. None of this can be understood up here. Right?
no,
As you and I feel like I'm kind of struggling to explain what I'm feeling, what I'm intuiting, and what I have an intuition about, but everything can be felt through here. So
yeah,
as we're kind of sensing these things around us, and as we're putting this puzzle together of, oh, this is coming now, and that's happening, and this is happening, and this is what I'm feeling on a day-to-day basis, everything starts to make sense for this puzzle that we're slowly, completing.
yeah, and it's as you say, it's really important that we're taking that time for ourselves to tune into our bodies, isn't it? With meditation or whatever practices you use, uh,
Yeah.
just your nervous system needs that at the moment, I believe.
Yeah. I think that's the best advice you could ever give somebody today, right? So to uh, to use any type of practice that's free and available all the time to you, to try to still your nervous system through this process so that you can fully integrate all the information. And I think, like, I really love, just a couple deep breaths, or praying to my water, or meditation, which I've done a lot lately. But also just fully being here, and, like, I heard somebody talk about booking stillness meetings with yourself, and I love that
Yeah,
because, we're all about booking meetings with other people, right? But what about booking meetings with yourself, so that you can be still and just feel into what's actually happening to you right now? What are
yeah,
you sensing in your body? And it's so easy to rush through life and just be like, yeah, yeah, I'll do that later because right now I have this deadline, right? But if you book that meeting with yourself, then you gotta do that too.
yeah. I love that, and a lot of my content this week has all been about silence, stillness, and all that
Mm,
kind of thing. I think
mhm.
even taking a minute out in your day just to sit in silence is it's like a huge reset.
Yeah,
Um,
it is.
yeah, I love that. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, and I think it's the best way to prepare for this fall, honestly,
Yeah,
because as silence starts to fill in, and also, as we move into the fall, like, it's been raining a lot here lately,
yeah,
and I look at that as, like, it's fertilizing the ground now so that we can, like, take all those nutritions into our system, and then we can kind of fully rest into the winter, and into the fall that's leading up to the winter.
yeah, yeah. I
Mm.
love that actually. Yeah, we've had a lot of rain, thunderstorms, but then
Hmm.
we tend to get a lot of rain. Then there's a burst of really hot sunshine, then some more rain. So
Oh, how is that interesting? It's same here.
yeah,
Like, honestly, we went somewhere and it was kind of sunny, kind of cloudy. Then all of a sudden, in 1 second, one of our family members stepped out of the car, and the rest of us got caught in there because this torrential rain came down
yeah,
with also hail, and it
yeah,
lasted for all of like 5 minutes while the sun was kind of shining somewhere, right? And I was just like, this is the funkiest weather, right? And then 5 minutes later, it was all gone, and there was just a couple droplets left, and we could walk into the store, all of us. And I was just like, this is so interesting. It's like it's mirroring the energies that are coming in.
yeah,
Like it's so strong, right? And then it's sunny, and then it's rainy, and then it's sunny.
yeah. I love that connection as well. Yeah, because it's like yeah, it can be quite intense, can't it? And then it backs off a bit, then it comes back.
Yes. Yes. And it's
Um,
been like that back and forth for a few days now.
yeah, we've had it all this week, really.
Yeah.
I've noticed Tommy. I'm not sure how you say that. Is that they've said they're mentioning about the Northern Lights as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. You can see the comments?
yeah.
How come
It's
I
come up on
can't?
the bottom. It says just now the Northern Lights, aurora borealis, dancing in the sky. It's so beautiful.
Oh, wow. I
Do
love
you
that.
get to see that?
I
Because we don't see that where I live. Do you get to see it where you are?
um very rarely. Very rarely. Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like the whole universe is ramping up, doesn't it?
It is. It certainly is. And yeah, the aurora borealis, I think it is a fascinating experience in itself. We also have something else here that just popped into my mind, and that I'm supposed to talk about for sure
Okay.
because, hey, we have something beautiful here that happens right around now, or like late August, early September, this kind of time, where there's these little, I don't want to call them plankton because it's not quite what they are, but they're very microscopic little animals that live in the ocean. And if you go out, like, you can kind of sense when you're swimming around that they're there, because the water gets a little more muddy. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit more that has. And then if you go there late at night, as you're moving your hand and your body through the water, they give off this bioluminescence.
Oh, wow.
And it's the most incredible thing to swim around with that.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah, yeah. So that happens around here, around this time of year, and it's very, very beautiful.
Wow, I'd love to see that. I'm going to be looking
Hmm.
that up later. I bet
Yeah,
that's
yeah. It's in Swedish. It's called mareld, but it's I don't know what it is in English, but I'll send it to you, and I'll
yeah,
put it below this video for everyone else to
yeah, that'd be
check it
amazing.
out. When I was a kid, I experienced it a few times, and it almost feels like you're in an alien movie, you
Yeah,
know,
I
because
bet.
it's so surreal. Yeah. It's
Wow.
amazing. But again, like you said, all of these things, it's like you have the weather, you have the cosmic things that are aligning for us right now that are quite beautiful. And then you have the energies that you're actually tuning into with your body. Like all these things are starting to line up now if you pay attention, right?
Yeah. I don't know if you can see the comments, but Rain Puppets has said hi and oh, you're Swedish.
Yeah, thank you for reading the comments because I have to figure out next time. I'm a technological not so I can't figure it out. Let's see. But anyway, um I appreciate you reading them. Yes, I am. And Roy's in the UK, so that's where we
Not
are.
Walter.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, the northern fall, let's say, right? It's completely different right now for the people on the other side of our planet, right? They're starting to experience spring soon and then moving into summer. So they're going to give birth to their spiritual baby in the summer,
Yeah,
which is interesting too, right? So it's
really is.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
I
because that's the
wonder.
complete opposite, really, isn't it? They're the
Yes.
start of spring and new life, and
Mhm.
we're settling down now.
Mhm.
Got our baby quietly.
But isn't that beautiful? Because
Yeah,
then you had two different kinds of babies that are being born. So it's like a perfect balance, right? A perfect balance of babies that are born, spiritual babies, in the they're just going to take off running in the summertime, right? There's all this activity.
yeah,
While ours might be a little bit more integrating, thoughtful, and then start to spring off a couple months from there. So everything is just so beautifully synchronized, I
yeah.
believe. Yeah.
I really love that analogy. I'm glad you've shared that today.
Yeah, it just came through me. I had never thought about it like that before, actually, until this very moment. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
really beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to be? Have you got anything that you'll be doing more of this week in the run up to all these big events coming up?
I think I will be spending a lot more time outside in nature.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Even more than I do. Because what I found is that, and I would recommend this to anyone who's listening, what I find is that the more time I spend in nature, the more I am able to just be with the energies that are coming in, allow them to move through me, release some of them through to the plants, and I feel like the energy of nature is just so is so intelligent that
yeah,
it actually can feel me coming and be like, oh, here's a human with anxiety problems. Let's take care of it, right? And so I just feel like I walk through there for a little while. It takes care of all of my, current emotional drama that I have going on, and I leave feeling absolutely amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate to have a lot of nature
Mm.
nearby. So yeah, it's really beautiful and cleansing, isn't it?
Yeah. But I think, 100% listen to your body this week, as with any other week, but just fully tune into your body and listen to what it has to tell you when it comes to like your food choices, when it comes to how much liquid you should drink, when it comes to like what type of meditation you want to do or what type of breath work or how much time you should spend you know, with your phone or without your phone, or, you know, just fully acknowledge what it's telling you. And then I think the integration of the energies will be easier.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot happened recently, so I'm excited for this next week.
Yeah.
Mm.
What are you most
Across,
excited about?
well, I really feel I need to be quite grounded actually, because I'm going to be kind of up there otherwise. So uh,
Yes.
yeah, but I'm just, I feel like things are really unfolding at the moment, and I can
Mhm.
see it for people around me as well. So I'm just
Mm.
excited to see what happens and where that
Yeah.
goes. So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, grounding. I tend to live kind of in the clouds anyway. I'm very much a
Mhm.
dreamer, and yeah, but
Yeah.
being grounded is a big thing for me this week.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I love that. It's because if we're going to be able to receive a lot of, you know, energies that are up here, we need to really focus on being down in our root also, because otherwise we can't really receive anything. Like
No,
it just becomes like this. I feel like our the only thing that happens is that our nervous system gets extremely activated, and
mm,
we don't know what to do with all of that energy.
no,
We just feel scattered. We feel like, you know, what am I going to do now? How am I going to figure this out? I feel like I get extremely disorganized too if I'm not grounded, right? So
oh yeah,
really digging in, yeah,
yeah,
taking those roots, you know, sucking up that energy, and also sharing it. If we use the tree analogy that we had from before, like sharing that energy with the rest of the forest, also in our groundedness.
yeah, yeah. I love that.
Mm.
Yeah, and we can do that through our content, I suppose, can we? I'm excited for this week's content. I usually plan it on a Sunday, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Yeah. And I just recently felt guided to like start, because of all the things that are happening this fall, all the energies that are happening. I just decided to start like a healing circle that I'm going to run every Sunday, so that we
Yeah,
as a group can move through these energies together, right? And that was something that just came through me. I really didn't plan that, and so I think that that's going to bring about tremendous growth for everyone as well.
without a doubt. Yeah, I've done those sort of things myself,
Yeah.
like been in them, not organized,
Mm.
and they're
Mhm.
incredible. So I'm really
Mm.
excited for that actually.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I think anything that we can do to kind of feed our soul is good right now. You know,
Yeah,
any time that we can spend focusing on that. And yeah, the fall. I feel like the fall is going to bring us a lot of gifts. That's my sensation. You know, it's there's going to be a lot of surprises and a lot of gifts, but also a lot of deepening. You know
yeah,
that. Um, mm,
yeah. It's an exciting time. And then obviously we're going live again next Sunday, aren't we? So
we are.
I'm guessing we'll go for a similar format as before, kind of chat about our experiences,
Yes.
answer any questions, and then perhaps do a meditation. But
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
super. That was really powerful. The meditation.
Yeah.
Loved that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think it's always helpful to catch your breath a little bit and move
Yeah,
deeply into an energy, especially together with other people. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have a different. I think we'll have a very similar format, and I believe from what I'm just sensing into now, the conversation is going to be extremely eye opening, and it's going to bring about a lot of things that we're not even aware of right now. You know, that we're going to move and speak to. And so, yeah, and so for example, like Sunday, right? We gotta get ready for like that solar eclipse, and then we're moving into the fall equinox. So it's also energies that are integrating slowly, not necessarily like on that day, right? So we're
yeah,
already starting to sense them, and then afterwards we'll start to feel them also fade away and fade into something different. So I'm very excited about that conversation.
yeah. Me
It'll
too.
be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I know a lot came up for me last time, so yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
amazing.
All right. Okay. Are we good for now then, or how do you feel?
Yeah, I feel good for now. How do you
Yeah.
feel?
Yeah, I feel perfect. I feel like this was really amazing. Now I just have to figure out how to turn this live off.
uh,
Me
Step
and
by step,
technology.
we're getting there step by step, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah, we are, and I feel also that's the only way to do it, and that's what the energies are currently encouraging us to do.
Yeah,
Be the best person we can be every single day. Figuring out one more thing every day, taking one more step, being okay with not being perfect, because who decided what perfect was to begin with, right?
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. And that brings me back to trust. I keep saying
yeah.
trust because you're just trusting that you're on the right path, aren't you? So
Hmm. Yeah, even when you can't figure out technology.
yeah.
All right, Roy.
Amazing.
It was awesome talking to you as always, and I'm so looking forward to next Sunday.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, Maria.
Okay,
I appreciate you.
take care.
You too.